Hey, what's up, artists? Welcome back. We're doing a part 4 here. We are inking Charizard. I had a technical difficulty earlier in my computer. I had a problem, so I was unable to do a live commentary. So this is a post-recording commentary, but I'm going to be going through the end phase here of Charizard. So now we are going to add some shading. So I'm selecting a different brush, a softer brush, so we can do some airbrushing. And what I did was I selected a light orange. So if you have color pencils at home, you're going to get an orange that is a little bit lighter than the one you've got for Charizard's skin. And we are going to airbrush or add in some highlights on the top of Charizard's body. Because it is a cartoon, the lighting is going to be very standard and it's going to come from above. So what I'm doing here is I'm adding highlights on the top of the feet and the top of the knees and the toes, anywhere that is the upper part of his body. Okay, so I've got it on the toes, we've got it wrapping around the top of the tail, and then we've got the knees. Now I'm going through and putting highlights onto the top of the wings. Very straightforward, very simple. The easiest way to do lighting on a cartoon character is just to do top down. So what that means is that the highlights are going to be on the top half of the character, so like the top of my head, and the shadows are going to be underneath, so like under my jaw, for example. That's the same lighting scheme I'm doing on Charizard here. Adding a bit more highlights to the legs. His torso. And then where there's skin folds, I also added highlights there. Okay, we're going to do the neck. So the top of the neck, because it wraps around and it's sticking out with that perspective, we're going to make the highlight curve. Think about the way a snake's body looks, right? And I just undid that highlight. That did not sit well with me, so I got rid of it. So benefit of using the computer is you can undo a highlight if you do not like it. Okay, we're adding highlights to the horns, the eyelid right above his eye, under the eye, skin folds on the neck, and we're going to move on to the head. Now you can put highlights wherever you want. Don't think that it has to look just like mine. In fact, if it's a little different, that's okay. For the sake of this demo, yeah, you can make it look like mine. That's okay. If you want to copy, that's good. That's fine. You can pause it too at any time. You don't have to do it just like me though. Okay? Okay, we're going for a darker orange, a golden orange, slightly brown. I'm going to do some shadows, some shading. So we're just going to put shadow, some darker color on the underside of Charizard's body. So under the jaw, under the neck, under the eyes, around his lips, the underside of the horn. Under the neck. The neck wraps around, so the highlights on the top, shadows underneath. Under his hands, adding a little bit of brown under the wing. under the edge of the orange part of his wing. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? We're doing a video. Yeah. We're doing highlights and shadows under the tail. We're going to do some shadow under the knee. His legs, his feet stick out. His knees are spherical. They're sort of round, so you can, if you need to, look at a sphere and look at how the light reflects off the top and the shadows hit the bottom of the foot and under the knee. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Getting hungry? And some more shadows on the eye, on the lip, where the mouth and the gum line meet. It's looking pretty good, huh? Yeah. Okay, then we got a golden yellow, and I'm adding some bright yellow highlight to the top of his body. The yellow I picked is the same yellow that I used on the flames. When you do something like that and you use the color that you've already used before, it creates what we call a color harmony. So it brings the whole image together a little bit more. And then anywhere we put that dot of color, we call that a hot spot. Now I'm going to go over the fire just a little bit, and I'm using that airbrush look and sort of blurring it. Now we're going to do the wings. So we got the same blue that we got for our wings, and we're just going back over and sort of blending the color in. Okay, we're going for the tongue. So dark red, shadow for the tongue. That really helped it pop out. Okay, now we're going back for our hard brush. So from the soft feathered airbrush to the hard brush, and we're going to go for the black. And we're going to start doing the outline, the holding line for the character. My opacity is a little low, so I'm going to turn it up all the way, 100%. There we go. So for that, you could use a Sharpie. If you have one, a fine tip. You could use a micron, you could use an ink pen. You could use a black color pencil. But with the pencil, you'd have to push kind of hard to do your inking. And so a Sharpie works really good. You just want to take your time and make sure that you don't draw too fast. Okay? So here we go. We're going to start off. I'm using a smaller tip. So a finer brush for the interior of the character. So around the eye, the teeth, etc. That line is going to be a little bit smaller than the line I'm going to use for the body on the outside. We call that line weight. Okay? One way you can add more depth to your character is you can make the outline thicker than the holding lines on the inside. Okay? Going for the nostrils. Okay, for this last part, I'm going to let you guys watch as I go through and I outline the teeth and the mouth. So I'm going to speed it up just a little bit, and then I'll come back for commentary at the end, okay? Back, you've got to watch me ink this character a little bit more. Now what I'm doing here on the wings is, like I've said earlier, I got a thicker line, a thicker pen. If you're using Photoshop, I'm using a 5. Before I was using a 3. And we are inking the outside of the character. Now that if you look at the screen, you notice that line, it's not perfect. But you know what? That's okay. We're not going for perfection. We're just trying to get the image done. We just want to have fun. We got the wings done. If you have a computer, you can undo. But I'd suggest if you're using a marker or a pencil, you want to go very slowly. And don't just move your hand, move your whole arm when you're drawing those lines, okay? And don't be afraid to turn and rotate your paper. Now rotate the whole paper. Okay, we got the top half of the Charizard done. We're going to move on to the thicker lines. We're going to do the body and the legs. And now you'll notice that that line I just made on the body is in the front of the leg. So when you're doing that, to show that there's depth, you would want to show that the body is in front of the leg by making the line cut down in front of the knee. That shows that the knee is behind the body. And then for the knee, Charizard just has a little squiggle It's a little spiral, just a little small detail. Now I'm not going to outline the fire because it's fire. I think it looks fine the way it is. It doesn't need a black outline. You totally could outline it in black if you wanted to, but I'm not going to do that for this drawing. Smaller brush for the lines on his stomach. If you notice, that line is a little smoother. I just turned on smoothing right there to help me out. The line was a little wonky. Is that necessary? No, but it's available, so let's use it. Okay, so I just used it. Now right there, you might have noticed that I drew the line from left to right twice and didn't like it, so I drew it from right to left and it came out okay. So sometimes you might not like the way a line looks. You know, if you can, erase and then go back and do it a different direction. Don't be afraid to pull your pencil from the left to right or right to left. Okay, with the toes, we've got these curved lines. That's going to indicate that the skin wraps around the toenail. It gives it depth. And just very confident with my line work, not too slow. We're not sketching. We're doing full lines, right? This drawing's coming out pretty good, guys. We're gonna have to do another one. Who should we draw next? Big, thick line for that tail. Gives it a lot of weight. Makes it look heavy. That line could have probably been a little bit thinner, but it's okay. I'm okay with it. It's okay. You don't have to make it perfect. Sometimes we just want to get it done. These little skin folds. Okay, guys, look at that. There's our Charizard. Looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. Let's go ahead and sign it. Just put your initials on it. And our first... It's my second drawing of 2023, actually. I did another one of Venom. Let's go ahead and do a line on these skin folds. And that looks pretty darn good. So, I hope you guys are happy with the way this turned out. Print it out, save it, color it, put it on your wall, give it to your mom. Oh, thank you. Here, take that one. Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, well, thanks for watching the Charizard video. We hope you like it. We're going to do a couple more. So me and Graham say bye. Okay? Say bye. Bye.